Try to tell him, man. Tried to tell him. I tried to tell him. Tried to. They ain't want to listen. They ain't want to listen to me. They ain't want to listen. I tried to tell y'all. No. Listen. No, listen. Seriously, though. Hold on. My music, though. I tried to tell him at some point that Patrick Mahomes' injury was going to happen. But you know, I'm just a fanboy. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, none of that. I tried to tell y'all, right? I almost feel like I have to school people, right, on fake injuries, right? No, seriously. I feel like I have to school people on what fake injuries is. I tried to tell people how it goes, right? Guess what? Now that the Chiefs are out, what do you think they're going to blame it on? What is going to be the reason for the Chiefs being out now? Guess what they're going to say now? Guess what they're going to say? You know what they're going to say, right? Patrick Mahomes was injured. That's the reason why the Chiefs is out. Because had he been in, he could have been able to get them maybe a field goal to tie the game up and it can go to like overtime or something like that, or even a touchdown to possibly win the game, right? But guess what happened? Guess what happened? You guys seen it. The whole injury excuse was planted like I've been saying for years.
Are you fucking serious?
What have I been saying for years, not for months? For those that's been rocking with me for years, what have I always been saying about fake injuries? I keep telling you people time after time after time after time. And a lot of people always seem to think that I'm wishing injuries on people and things like that. No, I'm not. What do I always say? It's called fake injuries for a goddamn reason. I say it all the time. Now I know, I have supporters, and I'm willing to bet some of you guys get sick and tired of me repeating the same stuff over and over and over, right? I'm pretty sure you guys are. Don't lie. But tell me where I'm mostly wrong about the things that I'm saying. All jokes aside, tell me where I'm mostly wrong. I keep trying to tell people you have to be careful for these things. It's going to happen. Right? And then let me say this: the whole Patrick Mahomes getting injured. Let's get one thing clear. This a couple of months ago, before the season started, that's not the first time I said that. That is not the first time I said that. I called Patrick Mahomes getting injured this year. I called that last year. Yes, for anybody that is new to me this year, I called that last year after the Super Bowl, right? And I was like, I don't have enough time to go find that out, like find the footage of where I said that, because I remember I said it on Lobo's lives, but I also said that on a couple of my lives. I have to dig that up so then I can let you guys see, right? This is not me in September. Is not the first time I called that, too, by the way. After that Super Bowl when they lost to the Eagles, I already knew what was coming. It's just that we didn't know when it was going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, I'll say this. I didn't know when it was going to happen. So I'm not going to sit here and try to take credit for that. I didn't know when, but I knew this season it was going to happen at some point. That's the reason why I made that live about the Chiefs struggling. Did I not make that live? Shout out to all my guys in the chat. I see y'all. All my guys in the chat, right? There's a couple of things we gotta talk about, because yes, I am feeling myself, because once again, I try to tell people, when you come here and rig, scripted, and fix, we not like those other channels. And what I mean by that is those fanboy channels, right? When I mentioned Patrick Mahomes getting injured, when I first mentioned it, like him specifically, when I first said it, I said that last year. For anyone that was rocking with me last year, I said that shit. Last year, he's going to get injured. Or no, not for real. A fake injury, or the Chiefs will struggle, is going to happen. I said it after last year when they lost to the Eagles. I'm not new to this. It happens all the time. This is what happened with Brady. This is what happens with a lot of quarterbacks, people. Now, and then what did I say? What did I say about oh goddamn, I lost my train of thought because I'm going in crazy. What did I say about these those groupie channels? People that love to compare Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady, right? See, the NFL loves to do that. And I tried to tell you people, not you guys, but what I tried to tell my audience this. I said, okay, fine. Let's run with the whole Patrick Mahomes GOAT narrative. Let's run with the whole Patrick Mahomes Tom Brady narrative. Let's run with that. But you know the problem with that for a lot of people? They kept comparing Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady when it came to the wins. Not the losses and not the struggling. You notice that, right? They always compare Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady when it comes to all the good things they do, but they never talk about the bad things that happens to Tom Brady. You have to add Patrick Mahomes into that as well. I kept saying that. If you guys want to talk about Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, then you have to talk about the injuries. I know you guys don't want to go there because it's a little touchy and shit like that, but people, it is what it is. It is what it is. I kept trying to tell people that. It is what it is. And I called it. I called it. When that movie. Hold on. This the shit that make me upset. This is shit that make me upset. No, seriously, right? Right? Let me put it down. Let me put it down. Why is it like that? Oh, because it's zoomed in. My fault, y'all. Why the hell is it zoomed in like that? All right. See, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it while we live. Fixing it while we live. Just so you, for those that don't know what I'm talking about. All right, boom. We got it right here on the screen. We got it right here on the screen. Boom. Right. For those that don't know what I'm talking about. You see this right here? You see this right here? I did the live. I did the live. Look, it says it right here. It says it right here. Is this Patrick Mahomes injury season? And the movie Him drops September 19th. Is this Patrick Mahomes injury season? Is this Patrick Mahomes injury season? I said this already. I already said it. I already told people that. Go back to that live. For those that missed that live, go back to that live when you binge watching my stuff, right? Go back to that live and go listen to it. If you're chilling, you're driving in your car, you're at work, and you want to waste some time or whatever, when you have the time, go listen to what I said. I said this already. Listen, we knew that this day was coming. We just didn't know when, what week. But guess what happened too? For those that think I'm bugging out, it didn't happen week 14, but guess what? It happened on the 14th.
Are you fucking serious?
Today's December, right? Not December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, or 13th. Today's December 14th. And once again, you see the 14 on the top. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling you guys about the 14, but some reason you guys always skip over that shit. You always skip over it. Some people say, oh, you're reaching, you're going a little bit too overboard when it comes to the 14. But guess what? The 14 always pops up some way, somehow. Today's December 14th. This is going to be the last 14th before the season is actually over. Right? Because January 14th, we're going to be in the playoffs already. This is the last 14th before the season's over. And guess what? 14 hits. Y'all got to stop fucking playing with me.
Are you fucking serious?
This is what and these are free nuggets too at that. These are free nuggets I've been trying to tell people from the beginning. The 14 is right in front of your face. The information that I give out is information that people charge you a lot of money for. You do know that, right? I've been trying to tell you, I pay attention to that 14, right? Now, let's skip over the whole no, we're not going to skip over the whole Patrick Mahomes thing, but then let's also talk about what happened with the Bills. Shout out to the Bills, right? The NFL knew exactly what to do with that. For all those people thinking that the Patriots was going to win this game, yeah, I don't know what the fuck made y'all think the Patriots was actually going to win this game. Me? The NFL be fooling y'all so much. That was an obvious shout out to all my members that actually took that pick. That was one of the picks too, by the way. Buffalo Bills was one of the picks. Whoever actually bet the game, shout out to y'all, cash that. But guess what? The Bills won the game 35-31, right? There goes the 4 and there goes the 14. Oh, B5, what do you mean there goes the 4 and there goes the 14? Well, Buffalo was down 21-0, right? So think about it like this. Everybody pay attention to who I'm about to say. It's going to be quick. Buffalo Bills was down 21-0. I mean, right? So the Bills are down 21-0, right? Fine. That's cool. They're down 21-0. You got to look at it like this. Not that this actually happened this way, but this is how you guys was fooled. You're down 21-0. If you tie the game now, right? It's 21-21, right? Guess what? If the Bills go on if they score 2 touchdowns by having 21, what does that make it? That's 14 more points, right? Touchdown, extra point, right? That'll give you 35, right? 35-21. They're winning by 14. That's a that was actually a 14-point swing. But you're saying, but before they scored 31. But yeah, that's 10 more points, and that's still and they still lose by how many points? 4. The 14 and the 4, like I've been telling people for the longest, it was a 14-point type. It's technically a 14-point swing, but you also had to add the 4 in it as well. And the only way to add the 4 in it is the Patriots scoring an extra 10 points from the 21 from when they was beating Buffalo 21-0. People, it's all in the fucking numbers. Now I'm probably not explaining it right, but I guess you guys are smart enough to understand where I'm coming from. The 14 and the 4 played out. The 14 and the 4 played out. 14, 4, however you want to call it, it played out. 4 times 1 is 4, because that's another reason, that's another way to look at the whole 14. It's just the plain 4, right? They lost by 4. They lost by 4, but it was a 14-point swing from if it was technically 21-21. Remember, the Bills was down 21-0, people. The 14 played a big part. It's just like what happened with the shout out to everybody that took that Atlanta Falcons pick on Thursday, because I wasn't able to go live, right? The Atlanta Falcons was down by 14 in the fourth quarter. And what happened? They ended up winning the game coming back. They was down by 14 and ended up winning the game. And not only that, what was the spread? It opened up on one number and it also ended on one number. What was that? That would be the fucking 5.5.
Are you fucking serious?
Let me tell y'all something. Nobody does it better than me when it comes to this shit, right? When it comes to dropping this real info, nobody's going to do that shit like I am. And I'm trying to fucking sit there and tell y'all this. Take advantage, right? It's going, let me tell you something. We're not perfect, right? We will take some losses, but the information that I give, guess what? You're going to win at least 90% of the goddamn time. And that's being nice. The 5.5, like I kept telling people. Oh, somebody texted me today and said, oh, the Chiefs are plus 5.5. What should I do? Right? Because y'all did see, I posted today, I said, I have a feeling that the Chargers is going to lose the game, right? But when I did that, something was telling me something's not right, because I was watching the standings. As soon as I saw the standings, I said, oh, no. I didn't bet that game too, by the way. I didn't bet that game. But I'm here to tell, I had to tell that person, no, the Chiefs they did not open up as a 5.5, a plus 5.5. Or I'm sorry, a minus 5.5. They didn't open up as that. They opened up as a minus 4.5. And the spreads was changing. It went to 5, it went to 5.5, then it went to 6. It was all over the place. Things like that, I always tell y'all, be careful for. Don't trust that. But when that shit sticks on that 5.5 a lot, and most of the books have that, most of the main books have that, then you know what to do. Right? So anyone that thought, oh, well, the Chiefs was a plus 5.5, so plus a minus 5.5, so I should have took the and then if you want to be technical with that, then the Chargers actually did win if they was a plus 5.5 too at that, if you want to be technical.
Are you fucking serious?
So either way you put it, right? If you want to go against my argument, the Chargers, which was the plus 5.5, still won the fucking game. But I tell you guys, it's a method to the 5.5. I don't want anyone just thinking that they just know the 5.5 like that. No, it's certain methods, it's certain patterns that you have to catch in order for it to actually happen. You just don't go bet 5.5, plus 5.5 all the time without seeing the actual pattern. The pattern, I really don't tell people that pattern. All I tell people is, listen, I'm giving you the 5.5, just be quiet. I'm giving you something that's going to happen at least 95% of the time. Don't ask me what the pattern actually is. I don't really tell that, but that does not matter. As long as I'm telling you guys with information so you can take advantage of it, that's what matters, right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all my guys, right? You know, So if you had listened to what I was saying about your man Joe Burrow, you guys got to stop talking to me about the Bengals. Seriously. Stop talking to me about the Bengals. There's time. You have to know when to take the Bengals. I tell you guys this all the time. A lot of people do ask me, oh, don't you think that the Bengals is going to win today because, you know, the NFL was trying to do this and the NFL trying to do that? And no. Don't work that way because they need ratings for every team. Every team needs ratings, to be technical. Every team needs, the Jets need ratings. The Giants need ratings. Tennessee Titans need ratings. They had the number 1 overall pick. Every team is actually going to need some type of ratings, y'all. So don't get it twisted. So this is what happens. This is how a lot of people get screwed. And I just want you guys to run with this information, right? Free gems. I want you to run with this information. Whenever you hear NFL Live or CBS or ABC or Fox, ESPN, whoever, right? Whenever you hear them talk about a certain team in a certain way, you should know to back off of that team. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You should know when to back off of that team. Or if you don't know when to back off that team, you guys can always hit me up and ask me what is my thoughts about certain teams. Because I still give thoughts about games that I actually don't bet or look at. Well, no, I look at most games. Let me take that back. What I mean by that is like really like scanning to see if I'm going to do an in play or anything like that, right? Or just pay attention. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm sorry about that. But yeah. So I tell people the NFL, they talk a certain way, and what happens is you guys fall for that shit. You have to pay attention to who they talk about and how they talk about him. Right? Yeah. Joe Burrow is the next Andrew Luck. I can see that, or maybe that's the narrative that they're trying to push. Either he leaves, or either he leaves the Bengals as a whole. Right? But the whole thing, here's another clue. Pay attention to quarterbacks that come out of college. Right? What do I mean by that? The quarterbacks that get the most attention in college usually do not fare well. Right? No, they actually do not fare well in the NFL for the most part. Not all, because I know some of you guys can throw some names, and we can actually debate on that. But if you really think about it, let's talk about GOAT statuses, right? The last guys who was known to be GOAT statuses, right? They wasn't the top of the top in college. Tom Brady wasn't the top of the top in college. He wasn't that guy that put it like this, he wasn't the number 1 overall pick in college if he was so good, right? Patrick Mahomes right now is the guy, right? He wasn't number 1 overall. Think about it. You would think the way they talk about him and the way they glaze him, you would think he was the number 1 overall pick, right? And yeah, like I said, you see the guy from Indiana, right? When he gets in the NFL, I'm going to say it again. And what is today? Today is December 14th, 2025. I guarantee you this. And you guys can mark this. You guys can save this and use it against me if you want. The Heisman winner from Indiana is not going to fare well. What I mean by well is do real good to the point where he's going to be known as one of the top GOATs and shit like that when he gets in the NFL. I guarantee you.
Are you fucking serious?
He's not going to do well. He is not going to do well. Mendoza, yes, there you go, Floyd. He is not going to do well. Make sure you guys save this. December 14th. Now, I sound like a crazy-ass hater, right? But once again, like I keep trying to tell you guys, I don't have no favorite of anything. This is just business. If you bet, You bet. If you don't bet and you still like the game of football, this is the place you should be to know what you're getting yourself into when you sit on that couch and you watch these games. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all. I know how this goes. I know how this goes. It happens all the time. Now, the way we can change it, remember, see, I can't do this myself because a lot of people can say, well, you should be filthy rich since you know how it goes. But no, it can't work like that. All of us have to actually be on the same page to actually make make these books and the leagues be like, oh shit, these people ain't dumb. They know what's going on. We may have to switch it, but not enough people's listening to the things I'm saying. Because in their minds, they really still think it's real. I mean, there's people in this community that I really do think they still think it's real. They don't want to believe it, but they still think it's real. Trying to tell you how this shit goes. Mahomes' injury, like I said this months ago. Go listen to the video. And for the people that was rocking with me before this season, right? If you paid attention to what I said last season, especially after the Super Bowl when they lost against the Eagles. What did I say? I said it. Patrick Mahomes is going to have an injury year. They keep comparing him to Brady. It's going to be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing. Let me turn my mic up just a little bit. Yo, that's a little better, right? That's a little better, right? That should be a little good. That should be good, right? Yeah. I think that's good. All right. All right. Yeah, yeah. A little better, right? That's a little better, right, A settles? I don't want to be screaming at people's ear and shit. Oh my god, you're screaming. Why are you screaming in my ear? I already know you want to hear something like that or some shit like that. Right? Exactly. He's following the break. All right, Ace Settle, there you go. All right, my guy Ace Settle's in a building, right? Let me turn it up. Wow, it should have been up a little bit more though. I feel like it should have been up. Let me change that. Let me change. Yep. All right, yeah. All right, but now, okay. So back to what I was saying. If you guys are gonna talk about Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, you have to talk about the good and the bad, not just the good of Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. It's the same thing. Now, I actually do have the video. I recorded. I actually recorded this months ago, and I have to put it out for you guys. It's not a live. It's an actual video. Now I feel like I can put it out, but I want to see what they're gonna talk about with Patrick Mahomes being injured first before I put it out. Like I need to know what they're gonna say, right? Even though this season's over now, this season's over, but I just need to know what they're gonna say. Then I can drop it to see if it's still like how they're gonna compare it to a Tom Brady thing. Like, is Patrick Mahomes gonna get like I don't know a year off or a half a year off for next season or something like that? Yeah, see, I forgot about that. That's something y'all not talking about. Remember, Patrick Mahomes has been he's been playing since he first started. He's been playing. Now there was one time he had a little not an injury year, but he was out for like what a game or two or something like that. Y'all remember what was it, in 20 the same year that they had won, the year he won his first Super Bowl. I remember that. He got injured for like one game, right? Something like that, right? The same year they had won. Because I remember that was the same year they went against the Packers, and we were supposed to see Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes, and that didn't happen. All of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes was injured or some shit like that, right? When they had a backup play the game. But I think Patrick Mahomes, maybe he was out for 2 weeks, some shit like that. So I don't count that. But we talking about like injury. Patrick Mahomes has been consistent ever since he became a starter. So is this going to be the season starting next year? I mean, when he actually gets a little bit of a break, maybe even half of the season or something like that. Since y'all want to keep comparing him to Brady, I knew Brady was out longer than that, but still, it still remains the same. These are the things that you guys have to pay attention to. Everybody else that's not in the chat that's listening, I hope you guys pay attention to this shit. Forward this information because people need to know what's going on here in the NFL. This is the reason why I ask, is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't freaking know. I need you guys to tell me since I don't know what I'm talking about. Shout out to my chat once again. 2 games in 2019. Okay, yeah, there you go. I know it wasn't bugging. 2 games in the 2019 season. Tom in the building. Mr. Game versus Green Bay and Indiana. Okay, I see. People, I don't got the notes in front of me. I'm going straight off the head. All this information I like to store here. I'm pretty sure you guys do the same thing. I like to store it. I store it in here. Once I saw that injury, I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I think I'm the only one publicly that's going to call out fake injuries. I really don't hear too many people call out fake injuries like that. But I'm going to call it out because somebody else in the chat said it earlier, maybe a couple of minutes ago. It happens. It's so convenient when these injuries happen. Right? I find it so convenient when these injuries happen, they'll happen. Now, guess what? That is going to be the reason why the excuse for why they don't make the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes was injured. If Patrick Mahomes had played those last drives, he could have got them maybe a field goal. That way it can go into overtime. Or maybe just win the game with a touchdown. Didn't even need the extra field goal. I mean, the extra point. But, you know, the field goal, I mean, the touchdown with the extra point, because they was down by 3. Now they can be up by 4. Right? So now, the little time that the Indiana had, not Indiana, what am I talking about? I'm talking about Indiana. The Chargers had, they would need to go down the field and score a touchdown, right? So if you was looking at the ending of the game, because when I was looking at it, when it was like under 2 minutes left and they had the Kansas City Chiefs have the ball, I swear, I said something fishy is about to happen. And usually interceptions happen, right? Or a fumble or injury usually happens when something fishy is about to go down. Now it was Gardner Minshew that threw the interception, right? Because he was the backup for Patrick Mahomes. But we can't blame him on anything. He was just doing what he was told. You ain't gonna be the reason why we win this game, boy. You're gonna score. You are going to throw an interception. Yeah, Chris Jones hurt on defense, ironically too, because they was making it. He's the top guy on the defense side, right? I mean, at some point, no, seriously, all jokes aside, at some point, I don't know how grown ass men don't see the bullshit.
Are you fucking serious?
And I'm not even trying to be funny when I say all this. Why don't you guys? And I'm not really talking about you guys specifically, but like, for the ones that really believe in this shit, what is it that make you not want to believe that this shit is all a game? Listen, it's so to the point. It's the NFL is so to the point where I actually believe that the WWE is more real than the NFL as a whole. I swear to God.
Oh God.
And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. You know why the NFL don't care money? The NFL don't care because guess what? People are still going to sit and watch the games. Now, I watch the games. But when I say people still going to watch the games, is nobody is questioning the bullshit that happens. That's what I mean. Watch the games and question the bullshit that happens. A lot of people do not question the bullshit. It's I find it's so convenient when these things happen. You guys hear me say that shit time after time after time after time again. And I said it. Once that Patrick Mahomes injury happened, I thought about all you guys in the chat. I swear to God, I did. I'm not even lying, just because you guys is here. I thought about all you guys and I said, yo, I gotta speak to my guys, yo. I gotta speak to my guys because we said this shit from the very beginning. And I'm gonna tell you this. We sticking on what we sticking on, it will pay off very soon. I'm trying to tell y'all. Just sit tight. I know it is. I know because there's only so much the NFL can do. Now, I know it's all sports, but we're talking about the NFL because right now that's what we're covering as we're speaking on this live. We're not talking about the NBA, we're not talking about MLB, we're not talking about soccer, tennis, hockey, we're talking about the NFL. We're not talking about college, with We're talking about the NFL. It's only a matter of time, and not because I have the power to do it, but it's going to be a matter of time when they're going to be questioned, and it's going to start off with the so-called experts, the so-called journalists, the commentators. I think they're going to get attacked first, and what I mean by attacked is people is going to start questioning them, their expertise, so to say. Because not for nothing, right? I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer. But if you tell me that the NFL is real, right? Let's just say it is real. Let's go with that. So if you tell me that the NFL is real, based on everything that I see, and this is not for you guys, this is for anyone else that's watching that even wants to put me to the test. If it's real, based on everything that I see, I guarantee you, me, just a regular old B-Fire, I guarantee you, NFL, you can give me a job as one of the people or the main guy who runs the team. And I'm saying this to every NFL owner. You can make me vice president. You can make me the executive. You can make me a head coach of any team in the NFL. And I guarantee you, I would know how to run that shit better than any other coach. I swear to God. And I'm dead serious.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious. Now, some people saying you're bugging. I'm not bugging. Because think about it. Based on the things that I'm saying and based on the knowledge, right? I wouldn't know how to run a team 1,000%, because it's real, right? Everything that we see is real on the field, right? Let's say it is. You see how I call out all the bullshit? If you was to give me a job as a head coach, I would know how to run that shit perfect. I swear to God, I would know if it's real, right? If it's so cool, if these things actually happen, then I know how to prevent it. Easily, I know how to prevent it. I definitely know how to prevent that shit from happening. I call this shit out all the time. If it's real. Notice how I keep saying if it's real. Because it seems to me all these scouts, all these experts, all these coaches, all these owners, all these vice presidents, all these presidents of the league and all that, why the fuck do they keep making the same mistakes that they do all the time if this is real? Why y'all keep making the same mistakes? Somebody got to lose their job. Y'all keep making the same mistakes over and over. I thought your whole goal is to win a championship, lift the Lombardi trophy. I'm only going by what you guys say. Not the chat. I'm talking about the leagues, right? If the goal is to lift up that Lombardi trophy, then something ain't right. Something ain't right. You need to hire me and then ask me, okay, well, B-Fire, what do you think about our payroll as far as the contracts? Oh, easily. We are not paying such and such quarterback all that money. Well, why B-Fire? He's our future. Blah, blah, blah. The motherfucker gets injured all the time. I'm going to pay you all that money so you can just get injured all the time? Every time it's the fourth quarter, you ironically know when to throw that interception. You always know when to fumble at the right goddamn time. When the playoffs is on the line, or if we do go to the playoffs, in the playoffs, you just ironically know how to do it all the time. It's kind of like something like what the Buffalo Bills been doing every time they go against the Chiefs in the playoffs. How am I rewarding you for making the same mistakes over and over and over and over? I tell you why, because the sports books and the leagues are in bed together. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but at some point, somebody just has to call it what it is, people. They got to call it what it is. The reason why, and I tell people, I watch sports differently from how the regular person watches sports. Here's another thing that I do that no one knows. When I watch some games, not all, some, and I choose this on purpose, I watch some games on mute on purpose. Not every game, but some games I choose to watch on mute. There's some games I choose to watch to hear the commentary. I don't want to give up why. I don't want to give up all my gems, but there is a reason why I do this. I felt good when I heard Shannon Sharp say that too. He said that. He said it a couple years ago when him and Skip was on the show together, Undisputed, and I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. And it's crazy, Shannon, because I actually choose to watch some games on mute for a certain reason. It's a certain reason that I don't want to say yet. Maybe one day I will, but certain reasons why I choose to watch certain games on mute for a reason. Body language has a lot to do with it, but there's also something else. And I guess this is coming from somebody that does production, right? So that's I'll give you guys a clue. That's the reason why, right? You get a better feel from how shit goes when things is on mute. Certain games you have to hear on purpose, right? So back to the Chiefs. What happens now? Not even that. Not even just the Chiefs, right? Not even just the Chiefs. For the people that was high on the Cincinnati Bengals, right? There was people that was still high on the Cincinnati Bengals. There was people that was actually high on the Chiefs. Things of that nature, right? You had to understand this one part. We are in the middle of December, technically 2 more days, 1 more day. We're in the middle of December, right? Too many teams in the AFC. We're going to get to the NFC, but too many teams in the AFC were still available and not eliminated yet. Guys, I keep trying to tell you. I said this 2 years ago. I remember in the middle of December, there has to be more teams cut off from making the playoffs. They can't have a whole bunch of teams alive at the middle of December. The playoffs is about to start in about maybe 3 weeks or so, people. They have to cut off more teams. The teams that's available now is the Dolphins, Ravens, and the Colts. We have to see how that goes, right? The Colts are playing right now as we speaking, right? The Ravens just finished their game. They won. Shout out to everyone that took that pick too. I got to talk about that pick too because I got to apologize to certain members about something. But, the Ravens had won their game. The Dolphins, they play the Steelers tomorrow. So now they're going to stick with 8, 9, and 10. I keep telling people it's always going to be an 8, 9, and 10 that they focus on. 11 and down, they're going to clip them. Patriots, they're clipped. The Bengals, clipped. The Jets, Browns, Titans, Raiders were already clipped, right? But 2 more teams got clipped today, which was Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes, right? There were playoff talks, of course, but you have to clip them. You got to clip these teams at some point. The Colts, Ravens, and Dolphins are the teams that's going to be, quote-unquote, alive for the next few weeks, which I think the Dolphins will be the next to go, to keep it 100 with you. I think the Dolphins is next to go. And I'm saying that now. Yes, the Dolphins will be next to go. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. Right? Maybe tomorrow or next week, depending on, I guess, how the Colts do. We got to see how the Colts do. Right? Because they're playing right now, whether they're winning or not, you can't count them out officially. We got to go official. Right? So, Broncos us number one so far. You know, Patriots, they're still number two, even though they're the Bills can still win that division and win their sixth division title. You guys do know that too, for those that don't know. So the Patriots are not all the way up there yet. But as it stands, the Patriots are, because they have one more game over the Bills, even though they're 1-1 with the Bills, but they got one more win than the Bills. So Broncos, Patriots, Jaguars number 3. They did what they did to the Jets. The Steelers stand at number 4. The Chargers is number 5. They beat the Patriots. Seems like the Chargers may stay around there. The Bills number 6. The Texans number 7. I told you guys about the Texans though. I told you guys about the Texans. Right? Tell me I'm lying. I told you guys about the motherfucking Texans. Told you guys about the Texans is going to do their motherfucking thing. Right? Texas is going to do their thing, and it is what it is right now. The Texans is doing their thing. Right? Can't complain. I really don't have nothing to say about the Texans. I've been trying to tell people about the Texans. I don't have nothing to say. Now, where they finish, we got to see. I cannot wait. We have a couple more weeks to know who's going to be 1 through 7. And that's when the real fun actually begins. That's when we can really have fun. I need to know who's going to be that. Right? But the way it's looking right now, the Steelers or maybe the Ravens is going to be at the number 4 spot. I don't really know what to say about that. I got to see what happens on the other side with the Panthers and Tampa Bay and shit like that. Anybody? Well, since they're winning, I can let people know what the pick is now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to let you guys know. I was rolling with the Panthers today. That was one of the picks I have for the members. The Panthers are winning, so I know because there's people that can go run and make that bet right now. But since they're winning, I don't think you guys are going to want to put down a minus 400. It was minus 430 right now. So I don't think you guys are going to do it. But the Saints can always score. But I'm on the Panthers. For all my members, you guys, there was 3 people that asked me, "Oh, why do you like the Falcons game? Oh, why do you like Falcons over Tampa Bay?" And I told them, well, if you have the Falcons beat Tampa Bay, right? The Panthers have to play Tampa Bay twice to see who wins that division. So if that's the case, why not have the Falcons, which was the plus 5.5, beat Tampa Bay? Now, the plus 5.5 doesn't guarantee a win, but if perhaps you pick somebody, why not just pick the Falcons to win outright, no matter what the spread was, so you can make it more exciting with the Panthers and Tampa Bay. It makes sense. And officially, if anybody is still rocking with me by the time next year happens, by the time the schedule of next season happens, I got some guaranteed gems for you guys that I have unlocked. I swear to God.
Fuck out of here.
Yep. Be Fire, a.k.a. the one that cracked the codes. I have cracked a code that I should have cracked years ago, and you guys will be very excited to know what it is. Now, it will take some future betting in order for you to actually win on it, though. So if you're patient, then, you can cash. But it's not something that's going to happen right away. It's more future betting. But I've cracked the new code that I've noticed that the NFL does. But the only way I can let you know about that, because I can't tell you that now. It's not like I have the information and I'm hiding it. I can't tell you about it now, because the schedule for next year has not happened. And what I mean by that is we have an idea of who's going to face who next year. Because, every 4 years, a certain team faces a division. That's cool. That's fine. But I'm talking about as far as how the scheduling goes. I've cracked something based on something that I noticed a couple days ago. I have an idea of who is going to win the division next year. It's not going to happen for every division. No. But damn, I can't. Damn, I wish I could tell you guys now, but we have to wait for the scheduling of next season to come out. Once we get the scheduling of next season, people, I'm going to give you some information, and I'm not going to say the information is going to be cheap, but you're gonna have to bless me in order to get this information. I've cracked a certain code. Once again, I like cracking codes, and it's something that I want to share with you guys, but I cannot do it until the scheduling comes out next year. NFL, you just made shit very obvious with the shit that I noticed. You just made shit very obvious. And I had to go back and I was checking schedules from the past, and everything all aligns up with the shit I do want to say. But we're gonna officially talk about that next season. Well, when the scheduling comes out, I have an idea of who's gonna win the division, or you can narrow it down. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say with that. Right? Don't want to make things too obvious and shit like that, right? But we'll get to that when it's time to get there. But shout out to my chat. I see what you guys are saying. It has to be. So now that the Chiefs is out, here's the thing about this though. They are officially out. What does their schedule look like, y'all? I want to see something. Right? So now that the Chiefs are officially out, I wonder if this will happen. Right? Let me get to it. Let me get to it. Okay, yeah. Got Tennessee, Denver, and Las Vegas. Right? Number one spot on the line. Are the Chiefs going to play spoiler when they face off against Denver in 2 weeks? But when it's time for us to have a show and talk about that, we'll do it. They lost against Denver weeks ago, 19-22. But now that they're officially out, they can play spoiler. That's going to be the Chiefs' new role. So depending on how Denver is looking, we got to see what happens, because nobody actually really clinched anything as far as teams. The Patriots could have clinched the AFC East today. They didn't. So that's the funny part. In these next couple of weeks, we have to see what's going to happen. But the Chiefs are now on spoiler mode. Not for Tennessee, not for Vegas, because they got Tennessee, Vegas, Denver. Those are their last 3 games. Tennessee and Vegas is not making it to the playoffs, right? But Denver is still in the race to get that overall number 1 spot that they're competing with the Patriots for. And not only just the Patriots, because the Bills are competing with the Patriots to actually take over that division. We all know the Steelers and the Ravens is not going to have the number 1 overall spot. So you still got to think about the AFC East and the AFC South. AFC North is a wrap from getting the number 1 overall seed. So the AFC East, the AFC South, and the AFC West, that's competing for that number 1 overall seed, depending on how the next 3 weeks go. Very interesting, right? So I just want people to know, a lot of people's off on the Chiefs officially, but they're playing spoiler now, y'all. So, when you getting your bets ready, you getting your parlays ready, you got to think about that. Now, is that a pick that I may give out? I gotta see. I want to see what the line is going to be, but I also want to see who they're going to have start. I don't think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to shut Patrick Mahomes down for the year. Being that they're already out, I don't see no reason for them to keep him in. They got 3 more games, and you guys know that the number 14 and the number 4 has been, you know, a theme for this year in all sports, right? But the theme that's been going around with the Kansas City Chiefs is the number 3. We don't got to go there. We've been talking about that for a long time, right? There's 3 more games left. There's always something with 3 when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs, right? We got to see what happens. They're going to shut him down. The last 3 games, Patrick Mahomes shut him down. They shut him down. Hey, I mean, guys, come on now. Shout out to my guys in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody else that's watching. What's going to happen? I do think they play spoiler. Not saying it's going to happen for sure, but spoiler is going to be on the line for the Kansas City Chiefs with the Denver Broncos, right? Who's going to get the number 1 overall seed, right? What if the Buffalo Bills actually end up winning the division? Now be 6. You know, Buffalo Bills has this theme with them with 3 and 6s as well. They could win 6 divisions straight like that, back to back, something like that. You know, 6. They outright beat the Patriots. What's the Patriots next week? Right? Let's get into it, guys. Shout out to everybody watching. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Right? So let's go into it. You know, Patriots got the Baltimore, they got the Jets, and they got Miami. Well, anyone that knows about the Patriots schedule know that they always have Miami at the end of the season. Like, it's always the last game of the season. They always have Miami. It's always been like that. It's been like that most of the time when they had Tom Brady or whatever. They always face off against Miami. So, and Miami always did some shit to where they, not always, but fucked up the Patriots a little bit in the seedings. Sometimes, not all the time, but they did it a couple of times. Who's to say they can't do it again? This just what Drake made. So Miami can play spoiler, because I do think that they'll probably be eliminated maybe tomorrow or next week. So they can play spoiler. I always tell people, spoilers is a big deal. They can play spoiler, right? They can ruin it for the Patriots. The Ravens, you know, are still trying to get in. They still trying to even win a division, but at least to secure a spot. You know, can they beat the Patriots next week? Me personally, I have my thoughts on that. I have my thoughts on that game. I have my thoughts on that game. That might be a pick I have for the members. So I can't say it right here, right? No, nobody knows what side I'm on, so don't even say it. But I can see something. I can see something happen. So I'm gonna hold my thoughts off on that one. It's about to get a little bit exciting, right? And what did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys about pregame? See, I tend to do the work so you don't have to do the work. The only thing is you have to listen. That's all I want you to do is listen. Just listen to me. And you know what I meant by that? The Patriots today on NFL Live was being celebrated too much. They kept talking about the Patriots, right? They was talking about the Patriots a lot today on NFL Live in the morning. In the very morning, they was talking about Drake May and his brothers. You know what I'm saying? They did a whole thing on them. They kept going back and forth talking about them. They wasn't talking about the Bills damn near one bit today. You know, they're talking about what the Bills needed to happen and shit like that, but they was focused on the Patriots all day on NFL Live today, the NFL Network, and also on ESPN. They was focused on the Patriots. What do I always tell you guys about that type of shit? Anybody that's listening, that's new to this channel, right? Because I'm pretty sure that the subscribers already know this. Let me tell you guys something. Whenever you are at home before the game, you're at home, you're in your sports book, you at your buddy's house, wherever you at work, listening to pregame or whatever, right? Let's just say NFL Live, because I know this Fox pregame, it's everything, right? I'm just gonna say NFL Live, the NFL Network, which is on ESPN now, right? Some shit like that. Whenever they focus on a certain team or a certain player way too much, right? Just hear me out. When they focus on them little bit too much, you might want to go the other way. It's not really my opinion. It's not my opinion. It's what usually happens majority of the time. I kid you not. I am not lying to you.
Are you fucking serious?
It happens just a little bit too much. I want you guys to know that. When they focus on a certain team and a certain player way too much, they usually lose. So I want you guys to know that. Just know what you up against. Now, the reason why I can tell you these things and the reason why I give these gems is because I've been somebody that has gotten robbed plenty of times. Put it like this, most of the things I tell you guys about, most of the gems I tell you guys about, I've been fooled against. It's been used against me. It's been used against me, and I had to see the patterns though. I had to see the patterns grow, and then I was able to see the bullshit. I was able to do something about the bullshit because I'm like, oh, okay, this is happening just a little bit too much to me. So I know what's happening to other people. Once I went the other way, I've had success. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. There's certain teams that are glorified, that they do win, of course, but you have to pay attention to too much glorification. Lets you know that they're gonna lose the game. It just doesn't happen in football. It happens in basketball, collegiate and pro. It happens in football, collegiate and pro. Right? It happens on other sports as well. I need you guys to know that. See these gems I'm letting you know? This is what you're gonna learn here in Rig, Scripted, and Fix. You're not gonna learn these things on the fanboy channels. The fanboy channels are not gonna tell you these things. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The fanboy channels, you're not really gonna learn anything on the fanboy channels. Respectfully, you're not really gonna learn too much on the fanboy channels. They're gonna tell you things that you heard before, right? And just like same old praising their favorite team. Oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Who's we? You'll never hear me say we when it comes to any team with me. You know, so crazy. Even before I took my stance that I have now, back when I was a Patriots fan, I wasn't even saying we at that time. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but what I'm trying to say is be careful about saying we, because the thing is, when you go hard for a team, you don't even know that they have no intentions of even winning that game. But in your mind, you think, okay, we're going to play hard. We're going to win. Not knowing that they're like, these motherfucking fans don't even know what's about to happen. We ain't winning this motherfucking game. Just is what it is. It just is what it is. So and I'm not trying to be funny when I say that. I just want you guys to be careful. Don't do that, because it's like you're going hard for a team that has no intentions to actually win the game. So if they don't have no intentions to win the game, why are you going so hard for them? You going so hard for a team that don't even want to win. You going harder for them than they going harder for themselves. Remember, they the ones getting the big money. They're being told what to do. It's a whole bunch of players. You don't think somebody's gonna snitch? No, not when you sign that contract. You sign that contract, and that's the reason why I don't like arguing with some people, right? Let me hear about some things that I'm hearing in the chat. I'm gonna start from latest and go up. Floyd Heavyweight. He says Patriots over the Ravens next week. How many of you guys think the Patriots over the Ravens next week? Patriots 1, Ravens 2. Let me know. And what I mean by that is that's not the seeding, but if you think Patriots, 1, Ravens 2. Yeah, they play the Ravens. That's right, Antonio. Jay Jamal says Allen with the Roethlisberger script. That's interesting, because I did see you say that a couple of minutes ago. Allen with the Roethlisberger script. Only thing about that is Roethlisberger at least went to how many championships did Roethlisberger go to? Roethlisberger went to 3, right? A total. He went to a total of 3. The first one, he was still like new. He really wasn't a factor. It was more of the defense, right? There was the one when they won, and then there was the one against the Packers that they lost, right? So I think Roethlisberger had went to like 3, right? Shit, Josh Allen's having a hard time going to 1. That's the thing. Josh Allen came in the league 2018. Yeah, he came in the league in 2018. He didn't go to 1 Super Bowl yet. Roethlisberger went to 3. He's 2-1. I remember that. It's 2-1. I don't know. I don't. The script Josh Allen got. Who knows the script? Who knows the script that he got? That's a weird one. Tom, my man Tom says Baltimore. Baltimore's a lock over New England next week. We gotta see what happens with that one. We gotta see what happens. I'm waiting for this week as a whole to be over. As far as Monday, with the Miami and the Pittsburgh game, and then I can feel a little comfortable about that shit. And Antonio says I can see it be on Christmas Day. I think he's talking about the Chiefs and Baltimore. Not Baltimore, the Broncos are upset. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. My man Mark says he lost money on KC. Can't believe they did that in all teams. Yeah. That if you notice, Mark, like the last couple of weeks I've been giving out Chiefs games to people, like it's for for the members, for the paid members, right? And I stuck out of that. I ain't deal with it. I say, yo, I'm not doing it this week. Last live a couple days ago, I did tell people, I said I think y'all should stay away from Chiefs games and just see how the last 4 games play out. Be more of a watcher instead of having any action on it. If whoever you think is gonna win the game, win the game. Whoever you think is gonna lose is gonna lose. But don't just stay out of putting your bread on it unless you took them with the in play. If anybody caught the Chiefs out of +3.5, oh well then you won. You don't have nothing. You ain't sweating it. You won. But you gotta be careful with that shit. And something told me I knew the Chargers was gonna have the best of the Chiefs this year too. I really did. I swear, because of when I started to see your man, what's his name? The quarterback on the Chargers. when I started to see him in commercials with Patrick Mahomes, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna let him have the best of Mahomes, at least for a year or two. I can see it right now. I can see it right now. And this year he did. He had the best of Mahomes. Shit, he beat Mahomes twice. So, there you go. The Chargers as the fifth would be a hardball playoff game. Yeah, yeah. The Ravens and the Chargers. I can see that. I can see that. I think last year, you remember last year we tried to call that, right? I think last year we called that, right? All of us in the chat. I remember that. I could I could see that. Come on now. I can see that for sure. The Steelers are a lock tomorrow. That's what Floyd says. Mm, I mean, I like the Steelers. The Steelers and the Ravens still got some wars that they got to finish before the season's over. Steelers will have 3 games after this. The Ravens will have 3 games after this. So it ain't over. It ain't over there in the NFC North. AFC North. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. I mean, I do think Miami at some point is going to have to, you know, be done with. Maybe it happens tomorrow, right? Yeah, I knew the Bengals were done when Hendricks went down on the injury. For some reason, I knew the Bengals was done on their first drive. On their first drive, I said they're not winning this game. I took the Ravens. Oh yeah, and that's what I meant to say. I apologize to anybody that I gave. So what happens when I was doing my pick, when I was sending out my picks, right? On my notes, right? Because remember, there's people that want picks text. There's people that get them through email. There's a couple of people that prefer through their social media, right? So what happens was I had 2 sets of notes. So while I'm sending it out to everybody, right? I had notes 1, notes 2. All of you guys should have been getting notes 2 for the most part. A lot of you guys got notes 1. Notes 2 was basically an updated version of notes. Notes 2 was an updated version of notes 1. So there was some people I gave notes 2 out. The notes 2 had the Ravens money line along with the Falcons plus 5.5, right? Even though I don't think I should have gave anybody the Falcons plus 5.5 because all of you guys should have known better from the get-go. I already told you guys that. But it had it on there. I'm just going to be honest and transparent. So I copied and pasted notes 2 to the later people, and also for the new users, for the new members. They had got that. But the original members, you guys was on notes 1. So I apologize for that, which didn't have the Ravens money line on there. So that's my bad. I'll make that up, right? I make that up with a pick that was something that I usually keep to myself. I'm gonna give to everybody, you know, next week, right? So that's my bad on that one. You know, the Ravens actually took care of business. They won the game. But I'm pretty sure some of you guys probably bet that game anyway. There was a lot of people that still bet the Bengals, which I don't know why. I usually tell people I'm careful about betting Bengals. I'll stay away from the AFC North if it makes sense. If it makes sense, I'll take it. And it made sense for me to take the Ravens. And that's why I gave that out. So I'm just letting you guys know. I apologize on that one. Yo, okay. Who you guys think is gonna win? The Seahawks or the Colts? Yeah. You already know they was gonna let your man get a touchdown pass. Rivers. I mean, come on now. You know that was gonna happen. You know they was gonna bless him with a touchdown pass. It just is what it is, right? Colts covering. was actually the pick, was one of the main picks. I don't think I should have told anybody that one. I don't think I should have told anybody that one. Once they put Rivers in, and let me say this, some people know this, some people don't. If you ask me, what quarterback have I won the most on when it comes to covering games? My whole life of betting. You want to know who that is? It's actually Phillip Rivers.
Are you fucking serious?
Yep. Yep. I have won the most games ever. But we have to think back to 4 years ago and prior, right? Duh. You know? Phillip Rivers has blessed me the most. I always take advantage of Phillip Rivers when the Chargers are losing. When the Chargers are losing, you guys know it. Phillip Rivers usually has the ball last. Now, the good thing about that is not saying that he's always going to score a touchdown before the game's over, but when he gets the ball, that's the good part about it, because the Chargers are covering the spread that I took them on anyway. So it's good to have him back with the ball. They usually make it dramatic for him to see if he's going to win the game. But all I need you to do is, you guys know, all I need you to do is cover. So the fact that, let's say it could be Phillip Rivers and the Chargers with a +8, right? I'll take him on an in play with a +8. He ends up scoring a touchdown. Now they're down by 7. Right now, so they're covering, but the other team gets the ball. So it's like, oh man, hopefully the other team don't score no field goal, even a touchdown, and then now they're covering. No, they usually go 3 and out or some shit like that, and Phillip Rivers gets the ball back. So I'm already covering with the +8, but they make sure Phillip Rivers gets the ball back in the end, just to make it dramatic to see if he's actually going to win the game. I love that. That is the script that they usually have for Phillip Rivers 95% of the time. It's like, it always happens with him. Always happens. So, I like that. Tom says the Seahawks is not winning the division. Yeah, that shit is still a toss up for me. But I do agree with it, right? But the Seahawks still got the Rams next week, right? Which I'm excited to see what's going to happen with this Colts and Seahawks game, along with the Lions versus the Rams game too. Do you guys think that the Seahawks or the Rams is going to lose? One of them's going to lose? That's what I want to know. Is somebody going to lose? Because they do got to face off, right? So like, after this live, I am going to take an in play. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to take an in play on one of those games. Both of these games are still tight so far. Well, no. The Detroit Lions are actually beating the Rams. I'm sorry. Detroit Lions are beating the Rams 24-14. The Seahawks are losing to the Colts. Now, here's the thing. Both teams can take an L. And they're tied, and they face off next week to see who takes it. So, guys, Seahawks losing. Rams is losing. Uh-oh. What's going to happen? They still got to face off next week. So what do they got set up? We do have the Vikings versus the Cowboys tonight, right, y'all? So you got the Vikings versus the Cowboys. Right now, as it stands, it is +5.5, because somebody just actually hit me up and said, what do I think about it? And I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now as I dig it up. So as I dig it up, I'll tell you this much. Originally, it was +7.5. Cowboys -7.5. Right? We know this season 7.5 teams with 7.5s. There's teams that win and there's teams that lose. So that's like a 50-50 spread, to keep it 100 with you. Now it's 5.5 before the game. Ooh, that to me that seems more like an in-play game, honestly, and that's the Cowboys too that we're talking about. There was a lot of Cowboys, like it always is, pregame talk, but it was through cancer. You know that guy that's always with Dak Prescott. Now, I wouldn't say his bodyguard, but he works with the Cowboys as well. Every quarterback has this guy that you will always see with them, right? Maybe their advisor, whoever that person is. They was talking about him. He had cancer, but he beat it. We all know Dak Prescott mother. She had cancer. She died from cancer. So they was sticking up. They was on that a lot. Now you guys will probably say, "Be fine. None of that shit matters." But yes, it does matter. I told you, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the pregame work for y'all, and I'm letting it be known. So all you guys got to do is make your pick on who you think is going to win and who's going to lose. Um, I got to see what they have in store. The Eagles took care of business, right? So I don't even really think it's about the Cowboys winning the division. I think it's more of the Cowboys getting a spot in the playoffs. To me, that's what I think it is. The Bears, the Bears did their thing, right? Of course. Shout out to everybody who thinks Shador Sanders is going to be some all-time great and shit like that. I don't even know what made you guys think that.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know what made you guys think that. It's the same old script all the time. Why do you got to keep falling for it? Stop falling for it. Stop falling for it. It's the same old thing. Super Smith says sneaking the Cowboys into a wild card after the kneeling sacrifice. Cowboys and the Packers got to settle the tie and the Parsons trade. And you guys remember we had that conversation when that game happened, right? We had that conversation when that game happened. We won't be surprised if they was to meet each other somewhere, somehow in the playoffs, but you have to sneak the Cowboys in some way, somehow. Now, the 49ers, from what I understand, they're playing right now. They're up against the Titans. The Bears drop. They go up to number 6. I'm sorry, because they was number 7, but now they're number 6. The 49ers is at number 7. So the 49ers is the team that's on the brink. Seahawks, as we stand right now, is they're number 5. They're 10-3 though. If they end up 10-4, they're tied with the Bears, or do they swap? I don't know if it still will stay the way it is. 49ers is 9-4. Now, to make things exciting with that, see the Bucks. I think the Bucks situation. I don't think they're gonna get into the playoffs. A 5, 6, or 7. Right? It's either between the Bucks and the Panthers to take the division. That's what that's about. So the Bucks, they trying to make it straight to the division. So I guess we can cross them out. The only reason why I say that is because they're number 9. Now, people, it's 8, 9, and 10. Once again, like we always say, it's 8, 9, and 10. We're in the middle of December. It's 8, 9, and 10. Cowboys are number 10. They're officially not out. But the thing is, they're 6, 6, and 1. I think they do get eliminated if they lose. Right? We got to see. Yeah, right? If I'm not mistaken, the Vikings can take out the Cowboys. Somebody in the chat, please let me know if the Cowboys lose, are they officially out? I need to know now. And remember, today's the 14th, and the 14th usually symbolizes a lot of shit. So can they take their L today? Somebody in the chat can let me know right now. And yes, they're playing in what they call that? Jerry's World. The Packers so far taking care of business. Packers 16, the Broncos 14. That was one of the picks for you guys. Packers was one of the picks, so doing good so far. The Panthers was another pick. They're doing good so far. Bills took care of business already. Ravens took care of business already. So hopefully we can sweep. Hopefully we can sweep. Members, hopefully we can sweep. So far everything is looking good. It's up to par. But you know how shit goes. Right? So your man Tom says nah, unless the Lions win today. But wait, hold on though. Hold on. If the Lions win today, wait a minute. If the Lions win today, they'll be 9-5. Wouldn't the Cowboys still have a? No, I think. Oh, I see what you're saying. So okay, so if the Lions lose, the Cowboys still have a chance. Is that what you're saying, Tom? My man Mark says if the Rams and Seahawks lose and the Niners win, three teams is 10-4. Yeah, now that's all about the tiebreakers too, though. And yeah, now it was going to come to the division. Like who has the tiebreakers in that division, and then that'll be an argument for itself. Cowboys gets eliminated. Thank you, Tom. He says the Cowboys gets eliminated if the Lions win this game. Wow, whoa. Okay, so you know what? Somebody in the chat said Rams comeback, late game comeback. Who said that? Say that again. Well, no. You don't even gotta tell me. Mark says that. Mark says the Rams come back. So basically, we need, right, for things to play out, for everybody who wants the Cowboys to make it, you need the Rams to come back against the Lions. And you know what? To keep the Cowboys in and if the Cowboys are going to fuck it up, let them do it themselves instead of the Lions winning. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, guys. Right? Because I need you guys' smartness. If the Rams come back and beat the Lions, that's actually better for the Cowboys. So if the Cowboys are going to get eliminated, the Cowboys need to get eliminated by fucking up themselves instead of the Lions winning the game. And now the Cowboys, right? Is that the best scenario? That's what I want to know. Cowboys got 6 losses. If Cowboys win out, they need Lions to fall to 10-7. Vikings might play spoiler tonight. That's what Antonio was saying, right? Okay. Now then Tom comes back and says the Bears got the tiebreaker over the Cowboys, because yes, the Bears did beat the Cowboys. The Lions need to be 10-7 or 9-8, and Dallas has to be 10-6-1 to make the playoffs. Okay, so based on what all you guys said just now in the chat right now, let me know, based on everything you guys said, what do you see happening with the Rams and the Lions? Me, the way you guys are saying it, I can see the Rams. Man. See, here's the thing. That spread, though. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Hold on. So I like doing things live. So I see what you guys are saying. Let's go to the opening. Mm. 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 I don't see nothing wrong with the Rams coming back and actually winning the game. Because it's not like the Lions will be officially eliminated. Because I'm gonna keep it 100, guys. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think the Bears. I could see the Bears making the playoffs. I can see the Bears and obviously the Packers making the playoffs. I think it's the Lions is going to be that team in the NFC North that struggles. So they're the team that has to be on the brink. To be honest with you, I'm not really worried about the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have bigger fish to fry. The Buccaneers have bigger fish to fry with winning the division with the Panthers. So whether the Panthers win today or not, that's more of what the Buccaneers is worried about, right? Right, guys? So it's more about the Lions and the Cowboys, not really the Buccaneers as much. That's just what I'm saying. I can be wrong, right? My main Ace settles with the medal. He says, I got the Rams money line in my parlay. I don't blame you on that one. I may have to, after this live, I may have to in-play the Rams. I'm letting you guys know that now. Now, once again, if it was plus 5.5, right? If it was plus 5.5 with the Lions, with the opening, and ended the same way, I would have been on the Lions. I'm going to be honest with you. I would have been on the Lions, but I'm not on them because it didn't stick with that 5.5. I did some studying with that, and it doesn't pan out, right? So I can understand what Ace Settles is saying with that one. My man Mark says 2.5 spread is weird for Detroit at half. Absolutely, it is. 2.5. To Mark, are you saying that it sounds like the Lions are gonna blow the game? Right? A Settle says LA equals 53. 53 date, numerology. Today, I see where you're coming from. Okay. Okay. Tom says the Lions play Pitt. I think the Lions miss out because San Francisco didn't fall off like I thought they would. The Buccaneers losing that division. Yeah, I think the Panthers will probably win that division. Honestly, right? Still got a couple more games to go, but we got to see how that goes. It it changed, right? That's what Mark is saying. Super is saying the Bears is in. New Pope is a Chicago fan, and they hitting his birthday numbers via gematria all season. Yes, I do think the Bears was going to make the playoffs. Actually, I actually do like them in the playoffs. I think the NFL can have a nice script for them in the playoffs. Let's see what they have in store for them if they was to make it. But hopefully the NFL is not going to make it boring with the Bears in the playoffs. As much as I be shitting on the Bears, well, especially last year, hopefully the NFL has a nice rig scripted, fixed outcome for them in the playoffs. But I would rather them over the Lions, honestly, because with the Lions, we already know it's the same script over and over and over. They get to the playoffs, people have high hopes, and they blow it like they always do. Panthers touchdown, they're winning. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, anybody that got that pick, we looking good so far. Hopefully the And for those that asked me what was my main game, it was the Panthers. So far, it is looking good. Hopefully it stays that way. Panthers up 17-7 over the Saints. I feel good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Panthers is over the Saints so far. That was my main game pick, right? Everything else so far hit. If we can go 4-0 with our picks, let's go. But what else you guys to talk about? Mark says, I think the Rams stopped the Lions offense in the second half. This high scoring first half from the Rams game is weird. Yeah. So basically, if you think the Rams are going to win the game, that means that the Lions is going to slow down, right? And I'm going to take the Rams actually right now, to be honest with you. I'm going to take the Rams. Yeah, and it's 2.5, like you guys said. See, I don't like that. They're down by 7. Down by 7. Somebody can miss. The LA Rams can afford to miss an extra point and lose by 6. They're down by 7. It's plus 2.5. To me, that is weird. So I think the Rams can win this game, or Detroit would just run off and blow them out because that 2.5 don't make no sense. But the minus 120 on the Rams right now on the 2.5, but the versus the plus 104 with the money line. That's kind of weird, y'all. So you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna look at what I can get if I take 3.5. Alternate spread. Right? Alternate spread. Let's see what we get with the alternate spread. Right? I'm not laying minus 205 on the Rams plus 3.5. Something weird about that. For all that, I might as well. No, I don't like that. That's 2.5. I don't agree with that 2.5. And this is FanDuel. The Rams got to win this game straight up. I'm taking Rams money line. And it's plus 104. The 14. Today's the 14th. The money line is plus 104. I'm taking the Rams straight up with the plus 104 money line. They go that 14 once again. They go that 4. However you look at it, either way. But I'm not trying to tell you guys to take it. But once I saw the plus 104 with the money line, there go to 14. There go that shit goes. I'm going to take it. This may not be a real big deal, but if it happens, hey, I'm going to jump off the roof. So we're going to go with that. So, guys, I took the Rams with the plus 104 in play to win the game. Yeah, the Lions got no defense. I'm taking the Rams this game too. So yeah, that's what A Settle said. Yeah, A Settle said, yeah, the Rams plus 104. No, I'm sorry. Tom said that. Yeah, the Rams is plus 104. Yeah. Matter of fact, I got to shout my guys out that came in the chat, though. You know what I'm saying? I got to shout them out. I gotta shout him out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? My man Dude 83, he in Vegas right now and all that. Right? He had King Dude. He stepped in the goddamn building. My man DEW 83, aka Dude. Shout out to you. My man Floyd, Heavy Weather in the goddamn building. Somebody guard you. My man Antonio Mims, 25, 28, great in the goddamn building. My man Desmond Dixon, 957. I'm gonna send all the haters to heaven in the goddamn building. That's right. My man Tom in the goddamn building once again. You already know my man Tom in the building. What's up? Talking about the Allen versus Jackson in the AFC conference game. Ravens gotta get in there. Ravens gotta get in there first, you know? Buff Daddy in the building. Damn, Buff Daddy, bomb, please. My man Lou Chance, 504, and the beat said, good old injury excuse plan. We already know what that is. Bomb, please. My man T Money 2624 in the goddamn building. What up, my boy? What else you got? My man Money Man Wow in the building. He had stepped through. I don't know if he's still in the chat and shit like that, but he had stepped through. Yeah, he said, I said Mahomes would get hurt at the start of the season. Both Mahomes and Brady got hurt in their 9th year. Shit's crazy, bro. This community is a conspiracy theorist. It's wild. Yeah, Money Man wild. I remember Money Man said the same thing too, though. Because we had that conversation. Remember we had that live and he said it too. Like, yeah, he get hurt. I'm like, yeah, it's going to happen, Money Man. And sure enough, Money Man, look what happened. It happened. See what I'm saying? Who else came through in the chat? My man Vibe _4422. He said Drake May on the 3rd and 5th and threw the game away. He's crazy. Shout out to Vibe. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but shout out to your boy Vibe _4422 in the goddamn building. Talking about. Said this shit is so scripted. You know what I'm saying? Super Smith's in the goddamn building. We already know that, my guy. Said Mahomes lay low. You gotta lay low for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Then Jefferson gets traded to play there. Oh, wow. Whoa, you guys heard that? Listen, what's today? Today's the 14th. He said Justin Jefferson and Patrick Mahomes are gonna play together, sort of like Randy Moss and Patrick Mahomes. So let me guess, they're gonna have a perfect ass season and they're gonna blow it in the end to a team they shouldn't have blown. They shouldn't blow it to, right? Everybody, think about this, y'all. It might just happen. Justin Jefferson and Patrick Mahomes in a couple years, and that should be soon. Justin Jefferson, we already know he gonna leave. Wow, bomb, please. You said it first. I gotta give you props if it happens. You said it first. Ain't even nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? You got it. Desmond Dixon in a goddamn building. 937, my man Dad. Shout out to you. What's up, my guy? Ace Settles with the medal in the building. Roger, children. What up, Settles? Who else we had in the chat? I think I got everybody. I don't want to miss none of y'all. Hold on. Okay, my man Mark Horsfield, you know he goddamn, he kicking his knowledge and shit in the building. He over here too. My man Mark in the building. Bomb, please. Yo, Thomas said the Ravens versus the Rams, 4 versus 1 seed. We gotta see what the Ravens do. But if that happens, I can see it though. And you already know what the narrative is going to be. Lamar has a good rating against the NFC, so makes sense. 4 versus 1. Imagine that happens and we was right all along. Hey, I had got Antonio. I got you already, right? Jamal Maddox in the building. He said Mahomes really got that Brady script. Kind of. Shout out to my man Jamal. But yeah, it's looking like the Brady script. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to make it like 1,000% all the way identical. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, it is the same thing, Jamal. You right. That's what we've been saying. You got that one bomb, please. It's the same shit. Dancing Poppy in a goddamn building. Shout out to my man Dancing Poppy in a building. He came through. I don't know if he's still in the chat and shit like that, but he said, "Beat spitting facts." The MJ of the rig community, man. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I still got more. I just need more people need to believe. That's it. You know what I'm saying, Dancing? More people gotta believe. What else we got? That was in the chat. But all right, yeah, cool. So for the most part, same guys, you know what I'm saying? So what we looking at? Yeah, thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that like, man. And anybody else that's watching, you can hit that subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you like it. We already know YouTube likes to suppress the algorithm when it comes to the rig shit, but they can't hide it but for so much. Right? Tom says the Ravens is 8 straight wins to end the season on 14 wins as the 4 seed facing the 1 seed Rams in the Super Bowl. I like how that sounds, Tom. Can I tell you guys something? You know what? I don't even want to say it, but fuck it. If it doesn't come out, it doesn't come out. You do know the Ravens to win the AFC. To win the AFC, you do know the Ravens was plus 1,400.
Are you fucking serious?
That was something I wanted to tell you guys. I held off on saying it. Because, you know, I mean, not everything in the world is going to be 14, right? Obviously, duh. It's not. But I didn't want to throw that out there. But I'm saying that now. So just in case it does happen, we all can come back to this live and laugh. You know, we on the 1 hour and 41 minute mark. So at least I know where to find it if it does happen. But yeah, they was plus 1,400 to play in the Super Bowl. The Ravens, that is. So, Tom, I like what you said. Ravens, 8 straight wins to end the season on 14 wins as the number 4 seed facing the number 1 seed Rams in the Super Bowl. Josh Allen just needs to retire if that happens. That's crazy. So, yo, this was a nice little rant, y'all. You know, so we already know a lot of you guys is on the Rams and shit like that. I'm on the Rams for the money with the money line. So we're gonna see how this ends up. You know, I'm gonna go watch the rest of this game right now. You already know I'm gonna be in a you know, where you post that, right? Where you post that, I'm gonna be there, giving my thoughts. Let's see what else happens. What else we got? The Rams it's now 20-24. So they scored a field goal. They scored 2 field goals then, right? Yeah, they scored 2 field goals. Okay. Panthers is up, so that's looking good right now. Green Bay Packers is up. You know, that's looking good. Hopefully that stays, right? Seahawks 13-9. That's the important game to me. I think that's going to be the last game. Not the last game, but yeah, out of all the 4 o'clock games, I think that's going to be the game that they're going to focus on to see what happens with that one. Because your man Phillip Rivers. So yeah, Rams, hopefully they come through for me. Yo, this was a nice random live. Obviously, you know, during the week we will be live. We got another subject to talk about, right? And also to add on to that whole Patrick Mahomes, because we're going to see what news we get from that. So this was a good one, right? Is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. You tell me. See you on the next one, though. Finish watching these games. Let's see what happens, y'all.